Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate General American Revolution. We are playing through the American campaign, which is the only campaign currently available in early access. This is the newest game by the developer of Game Labs, the developer behind Ultimate General Gettysburg, which was excellent, Ultimate General Civil War, which was very good, Ultimate General Age of Sail, which was also very good, in my opinion. I enjoy it anyway. And Ultimate General Dreadnoughts, which is... well, anyway. There's other games they've made, but these are the games in the Ultimate sort of, what do you call it, series, if you will. This is episode number 4 of our first look at this game, and we are playing... well, we're trying to play well. We have fought a number of battles near Leicester, which have been largely indecisive, winning battles, then withdrawing when enemy reinforcements approach, probably because Leicester's on the road to Boston. We briefly took Providence from the enemy, but they've retaken it, and as you can see here, we're outnumbered almost more than 2 to 1 against the enemy here. And the game has recently expanded the map. So when you very first start the 1775 campaign, it is basically the Bunker Hill campaign, right? Like you start with an army near Hartford, moving toward Leicester. The British have about 4,000 to 5,000 troops in Boston. You start with a garrison near Portsmouth, and the map is kind of like Portsmouth, Fort Stevens are the northern edge of the map. Hartford's the western edge. And then you've got sort of everything to the east. It's basically just Massachusetts and a couple of the other surrounding states. Well, the map has expanded into New York, so you can go as far west as Fort Montgomery and south. You can go as far north as Fort Frederick, and that's also on the west as well. Falmouth has been added to the map, but like, what the hell am I supposed to do up here? It's all isolated. So it's good in the sense that we have more cities to add production and other value to us, but it's also more area to defend. So we've got like very small garrisons at Hatfield, Bennington, Albany, Kingston, and then the enemy has some amount of troops down here southwest toward Fort Montgomery, which could pose a threat to any of these other surrounding garrisons. I'm guessing they don't have too many men here, but I don't know how many. And, you know, they could push west from Fort Stevens and maybe south from Fort Rice. 170 or 130 men aren't going to stop much. And the quasi George Washington that I am down here near Newport, I've got more important things to worry, but it poses more threats to us than previously existed. Now it's June 1st, 1775. And, yeah, that's where we find ourselves. We are trying desperately to build. Oh shit, we finished it. It's done. Yes. The blacksmith building is done at Hartford. So I think we can produce muskets now. Maybe not, because I don't have iron. I'm not really sure. Doesn't look like I have any production there. I'm not sure why though. We should have some production points because you get 0.5 for the, right? Production points, 0.5. Why do I have no production points? I should have some production points. Maybe it just hasn't triggered yet because we probably just finished that facility. But yeah, that's where we find ourselves right now. Largely unable to build new troops, new stuff, and just sort of dependent on new reserves coming through to us. We have 12 companies in our command, or sorry, 12 regiments, but most of them are understrengthed. I'd be curious about trying to take Montgomery to secure our southern flank so we can move these garrisons of 170 and 130 men and 240 men east to strengthen our forces, or north. But I'm guessing they've got more than... I don't know. Let's do this. Let's start off with General Butcher, yours truly. This is probably the side effect of not having any other officers, because you can raise more than one general officer. But at the moment, I just have myself, and you move really fast on horseback, understandably. But we're going to move west and see if we can get any intel on Fort Montgomery. So, you know, the great general that I am, I'm going to go ahead and scout things out ahead of any ordering any infantry out that way. Meanwhile, apparently we have a campaign objective of Fort Ticonderoga. We'll get 10 12-pound field pieces if we take it, 20 prestige. And if we don't take it, we will lose 15 reputation or prestige. So we might want to take Fort Ticonderoga. But again, I don't know how many troops the enemy has there. Historically, it was easily taken by the Green Mountain Boys or whatever. Why is this burning? Okay, so never mind. Oh wait, no, that's Newport. Why is Newport burning? Is it like some sort of naval assault? It would. I'm guessing we did have intelligence of an enemy. All right, so 480 men. All right, let's pause things for a sec. We are going to bring as many of the surrounding troops as we can. To join an assault on this fort down here. So let's get these boys down here so that we can launch an assault on Fort Montgomery, because I do think it is a worthwhile fort to assault. Meanwhile, we did have intelligence about an amphibious assault against Newport. Let us hope that that is not the case. But it does appear that the city is, at the very least, the British Navy is bombarding the city. I don't know if there's such a thing as coastal defense in this game, but presumably we don't have any at the moment. Hopefully... Oh, shit. Is the enemy marching on Newport? The problem is when your character is not around, like when you don't have a general in vicinity of these objectives, you can't see shit. So like it's a bit of fog of war here. We've ordered 323 men at Hartford under General Grieve, or whatever his rank is, to move west, but we have there's a ton of fog of war in this game, which is actually pretty cool if you ask me, but is problematic. And apparently are there 500 redcoats pursuing us? So we might lose Hatfield because I pulled the garrison out of there. I'm possibly shooting myself in the foot by issuing orders to these various units, but Hartford is really important to us. It is the capital of one of the colonies, and so to withdraw it entirely would be very, I think, unwise. But we're going to try and assault Fort Montgomery. I'm going to try and merge these weaker regiments into... Looks like the bombardment on Newport has stopped. But I'm going to try and merge some of these regiments that are coming to... 100 muskets is nothing compared to the entire British Army. However, this is just the beginning. By expanding the establishment and the production of weapons, we will be able to ensure the security of our nation. So, did I succeed in that? Yes! We are producing muskets! I think. At least there's a little green bar here. This is very Hearts of Irony, but it does look... to me like we are producing some 10 per day muskets, so good for us. I think we achieved that objective. If the British did move these 500 troops south, they may have taken Hatfield from us. We do have orders to these 350 men to reposition to Hartford, but no intelligence on where they're actually at. The enemy has 600 soldiers at Fort Montgomery, which is a level 2 fort. I don't know that just a couple hundred more men is going to be sufficient to actually take that location. Oh, shit. Is there a battle going on here? What were those icons? Doesn't look like it. But the British have at least 1,800 troops moving. possibly toward Hartford, because again, that's really our most important location. Forming up a new field force in front of Fort Montgomery. Should have about 1,000 men, a little bit less. Nearly 2 to 1. Guys, come on, merge. All right, so Hartford has 350 garrison, Newport 1,300. They took Hatfield from us up north. What does the supply situation on the map look like? So we've got this sort of river supply line between Hartford and Newport, which is apparently a thicker supply line, so I'm guessing that's good. But they took Hatfield, which links Fort Rice with Leicester. So that's probably good for the British too. Montgomery would be a good thing for us to take. I don't know if this is enough men. It would appear to me like we've maxed out the size of a brigade. I'm guessing it's 4 units into a brigade. I would love to merge these guys. I can't find out how. So that's what I think it is. Construct production infrastructure in Hartford. Haven't I done that? Production points. Yeah, we've got the arsenal here. What else would be production infrastructure? I guess increasing ammunition storage could be useful, but again, I do worry that the enemy's going to take it. Meanwhile, Rodrigue Hortolas and Company is a corporation created by Luis de Unzaga as coordinator of interest of Spain and France in May of 1775 in order to provide arms and financial assistance to the American Revolution. I need guns, but I also need weapons. I probably need 1,000 muskets more than I need anything, because we do have units like these guys who couldn't replace their losses due to lack of muskets. So let's go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, it does look like our siege of Fort Montgomery has begun. I'd rather not have to fight the battle if I don't have to. If the auto resolve will do a good enough job, but it didn't. Amundsen retreated because he frickin' sucks, guys. Okay, well, where are you retreating to? How about you go back up here? You outnumber them. All right, let's just go ahead and fight this battle because I outnumber them. I don't know how forts work on this map, but I'm gonna hope that that we're able to succeed here. By the way, I will not have a video for Ultimate General American Revolution tomorrow because yours truly is going to be in a ground blind for deer, seeing if I know how to hunt. Never deer hunted before, but we will be deer hunting tomorrow. Can I merge these guys? Someone mentioned you can merge units. Oh, I think that's that. Yeah, let's join units. Let's make bigger units. I think that'll be valuable. Can these guys join? Oh, yeah. More's good. I don't want General Butcher in there. I just want to merge these guys. Can I not do that? Because they merged. Having massively oversized units, I think, will be useful in an assault. At least I assume it will be. I'm confused why some of these guys can't merge, though. Maybe they're different unit types. That could be a reason. Because it looks like some of these guys are infantry and some of them are militia. So we've got one infantry unit. I wonder what the max is that you can merge together. Also, since there's no reinforcements on the way, I don't even know if the enemy has enough troops to man all their defenses, so we might be able to break in behind their lines. So we got 100 infantry here, so they should be theoretically better trained. They do have 1 star. I'm hearing artillery. Either artillery or thunder. My money's on it being artillery. All right. So we are going to join, we're going to have 3 divisions, if you will, of about, well, around 200 each. The infantry will sort of approach the front here. These guys have, some of them have decent. All right, you're going to form up. That's a wiggly little line there, but I want you to form up north. I will say this is a nice little thing of not having to worry about times on battles. Because it'd be real nice to like approach from the rear. And also like give my troops time for their condition to improve, because having shitty conditioned troops sucks. Oh, there's artillery and they are shooting. And I think my general lost 3 men. Although I suppose we could use up their ammunition if they want to shoot at us. I do love those beautiful long lines of troops all merged together. All right, so they hopefully are regaining some condition. These guys are marching. Like, is this an army or just like a group of dudes out for an afternoon pheasant hunt? Like, what the fuck kind of formation is that, boys? Anyway, they're shooting artillery at me. So far, no losses. You know, they've got, I don't know, 200 men up on the upper right. Another 100 or so men off to the left. But I think these rear parts of the fort are unoccupied. I don't know if I can just like run up the fort and take position there or not. These boys are gaining conditioning. They're up to 100%. This is the most... Oh my God. This is the most like, you guys don't, you're not soldiers, you're individuals. You're just like, hey, one dude here, one dude here. Are we going to make it there? I don't know. Let's just kind of go out that way. Oh, shoot. Okay. So the enemy is coming out of their fort to perhaps engage us. In an open field fight. Because they're like, hey, you guys are super scattered. Maybe we should, you know, fight you guys while you suck. Fortunately, at least these 400 troops are all pretty well rested. How about you fall back this way? Get out of there before you lose too many men. All right, you got them outnumbered 3-1. Go ahead and melee those bastards. At least in theory, your conditioning is good here, so. Where are they going? Like, what a cluster. You know, I'm assuming we'll route at least this enemy unit here. We can turn these 250 or whatever survives south on this regiment of 100, which is volleying my boys to shit. All right, so wiped out half that regiment, which charged us. Can we fire into their flank? Wow. 248 muskets fired, and we got like 1 casualty on the enemy. Those boys retreated. Like, I don't know where you guys are going, but this is just a mess. So get out of there before you get wrecked. They're trying to charge you, but you're all like, how do they even fight? God, that's gonna be bad. Alright, so we're gonna charge outnumbered, but then I'm gonna bring the extra 240 men. Fighting it out seemed like a very bad strategy. I know the 240 men charging have no stamina at the moment, but at least they're charging into the flank of the redcoats, and frankly, these guys, even though they had stamina, they were not... The battle was not going well with just them, so... We'll go ahead and rout this regiment. What's going on to these boys? Can you just retreat? Can you not try and fight? Because you're just getting wrecked. Oh, they're just shredding you. They cut you in half. Okay. Go fight these guys. Oh my god, that regiment is dead. Man. Trying to do like wide flanking maneuvers. Not an advised tactic in this game. I guess that makes sense, right? Like if I strung my force out like that, probably would not result in good things. But not quite what I was hoping. I could charge on the objective, but I don't think that would actually win me the battle, because I think it's usually like you got to rout the enemy from the field. I think. Hey guys, stop moving out that way. How about you try and fight my super death stack regiment here of 240 men? I gotta try and save some of my troops. These guys are off the map. I don't even know if they're coming back. Fuck. Be great if I could bring these 200 of these 70 men south so they could join this 246 men. Well, these are infantry, right? So I can't merge them. What an efficient battle fought by the historical gamer, gaming his way through history. Are you really gonna charge into them like that? I gotta think the British there are not in good shape. Like their fatigue is probably bad too. All right, there you go. We routed them. Hell yeah, brother. Break him. All right, guys, can you stop retreating? Can you come back here and join these guys? Join up. All right, so we did lose the unit up there in the north. And while those guys... Okay. So we routed these boys. Although it does show like almost even numbers because we suck. Don't split your army up. That's the lesson I took from this battle. Hey, stop running. Butcher, save him. I would really like to get my troops' condition up a little bit better before I charge some artillery. I need to get them up a little bit higher. Butcher, rally them. Be cool if there's a rally command. I don't actually see that. I just see hold. Okay. Can you please stop running? Like, what are you running to? Where are you going? Bringing these guys back over 300 would go a long way to making sure that they're, I don't know about unroutable, but really don't want them to rout off the map. I don't know if like the proximity of the general influences how willing they are to fight again, but it would be sure great if they were. What's coming in over here? Go charge those 30 boys. All right, so we've got 50, 25, 41. So the enemy does have about 100 men or so inside the fort. We've got 63, and the enemy also has artillery. But if we can wipe out this enemy unit. There you go. Shattered them. Bring these boys over here. If I can bring 200 plus to bear against the enemy, then we can probably make things work. These guys can probably regain some conditioning. Then they can move over here and charge the enemy that they outnumber. Get those men up to 300 if I can rally these guys. I don't know, like, so we're in a fort technically and we get a defense value, but these enemy artillery pieces can shoot back into me, and the fort is to sort of the outside of the fort. So they're kind of shooting into our rear, or at least an exposed position, maybe. Then again, I can't imagine being up on a parapet is the most vulnerable position to artillery. I mean, given that what I know about artillery in this era, it's not a, you know, you want to skip the ball into a long line. You don't. Oh shit. No, go back here. They just brought 100 more boys into the line. At least we destroyed their artillery piece. By the looks of it. Can these guys rally? It'd be great if those 64 boys would rally. Because I don't think I can beat, if they've got one coherent sort of company here, I don't know that I can beat it. I guess I can bring these guys over here. Maybe beat them that way. Let's get our general over there also, because their morale is pretty low. Hey, assholes, rally. Stop telling me you're retreating. Be cool if I could pull these guns out and use them, but it doesn't look like it can. Meanwhile, we did rout that one company of enemy troops, so that's another 20 enemy troops gone from the battlefield. Oh, they're gonna charge me. My boys are exhausted. They're already looking to retreat. Hey, General Butcher, get over the damn wall and go help your boys. Right, we do outnumber them like 2 to 1. If these boys will just hold their ground. Plus, if you include the 60 men over here, even more. Our Butcher can't get over the damn wall. I think these guys are retreating now. All right, that's like the last enemy unit of substance, I think. Oh my god, just go this way. Because you can't, obviously can't get around the damn wall. Go rally your fuckers. Can you just, the pathfinding is terrible. I don't know where they're retreating to. It doesn't look like they're retreating away from the enemy. What is going on? Can you just like move through an open gate or something? So those are walls you can't move through, but this little section here, it looks like you can move through. The general in close proximity now, they are gaining back some morale. They're actually fighting these guys. Not that they're like this is obviously not a super realistic field of fire because there's no way from here they're able to shoot these guys over here. You know, these guys are still not happy. I don't know how they're hitting them, but apparently they are. Hey, all my officers made it into the fort. Good job, boys. Can you move up on top of this like little parapet here and shoot down on them? Because that would be what I would think that would be pretty devastating. But I don't know if the fort works in the interior position like that. It certainly does on the exterior position where you've got the different shields, which represent sort of defensive value. I also did, just by moving this, bring another 100 enemy muskets to bear against me, so there's that. I just made a mistake. I should not have charged them. If I could bring these 64 men in, the whole damn thing would be better. What I need to do is, with these 180 men, engage 60, 50, and 40 men individually. I don't know how fast forwarding works, but let's try. Can these guys rally? Will they ever come back and want to fight again? Or are they just like permanently stuck on this? Let's wait till their, I guess, condition gets up, and maybe we'll charge the enemy. If we outnumber them 3-1, maybe that'll help. The morale is improving with the location of our general officer nearby. We do still, I think, technically outnumber the enemy, but again, the 64 troops we have down here, not so much. Can I bring the general officer out this way? Let's do this. Let's ride up over the edge of the fort. Again, it's a little janky, guys, but it is in early access. It hit early access like a week ago, so some issues with pathfinding, not super surprising, frankly. Can you rally these boys? Maybe? This red little bar seems to be going up. I'm hopeful that that's rallying them. Maybe if it gets all the way up to the other end, then they'll want to fight again, because right now they still seem stuck on let's retreat. I also don't know if there's any kind of time limit. It's 1900 hours, which means it's 7 o'clock. It would seem that perhaps these troops are not rallyable. Okay. Go ahead and charge. Let's do this on times whatever speed. I don't know why it says rear flanked, because they're not, but, and that didn't work. Okay. Is that the battle? Did we lose? I wonder if these guys are glitched. Because like they're there, but you can't do anything with them. But I've never seen troops routed this long like that. Can we go at the other unit from the flank, maybe? We've technically taken the fort. God damn it. All right, let's end the battle. I don't know what having the fort objective taken will do for us, but we obviously got crushed. Some of our troops routed from the field, though. And I don't know that they were totally destroyed because their icons didn't disappear. They just routed off the battlefield. So let's see what happens here. All right, so we still outnumber the enemy, almost 2-1. Some of these troops are not in the forts. Some of them are. Do I have any more troops I can bring down here? Like, I don't know what the enemy has at Saratoga. I worry about pulling the garrison out of there. Also, if there's really 3,000 troops coming down on Hartford, we're screwed. So they're just going to keep routing and not accomplishing anything. Oh boy. Someone's shooting at someone. All right, pull back to Hartford. The enemy is attacking Hartford. I don't know what they're attacking with. Probably way more than we can counter. Hartford is our most important city. Is it really just the 500 troops? It's got to be more than that, right? Did my other 200 soldiers rout? Can you not? Okay, go ahead and enter the garrison. All right, let's bring those 900 troops from Newport in. It looks like it's lift. No, they had 1,100 troops, but at least moving Pike's brigade toward Hartford has apparently lifted the siege. Now the enemy is going to move through our heartland, taking Albany, Kingston, all those other cities, which is going to be a problem. We've got to figure out a way to strike back at them. Rhode Island General Assembly meeting at East Greenwich passed a resolution creating a navy for the colony in Rhode Island. All right, Navy research complete. All right, so more fighting's going on. Now they're attacking Newport. Probably with the bulk of those 4,000 troops up there, which I really can't hope to counter. I need to figure out the best way to, like, needle them right now, because there's just no... Let's fast forward one day. I'm not going to hold Newport. That's just... Those guys are dead. Sorry. Sorry, boys. Maybe we can make a push toward Hatfield if they're going to move northwest. But the British just have so many troops. All right, project is complete. Those 230 men are coming back to join. So the artillery project is done. I guess we do the ordnance facilities for them next. I mean, we could send Butcher out just to, yeah, look at this. Look at all of those troops. Well, that doesn't seem like too many, actually. I don't know. But they're obviously overrunning Newport. Amson is the provincials there, so I don't know. Hartford has 1,300 troops in 3 regiments, so pretty much 3 full regiments. I don't think I can raise new companies here yet. It wants me to produce infrastructure in Hartford. We've got an armory which is under construction, so that probably counts as inventory. New Haven's still in our control. But we've got to figure out a way, because they're just going to overrun us. So we've got to figure out a way to deal with them. Did at least the 300 troops make it out of Newport? Did Amison really? He did. Okay. So we're consolidating what's left of our force at Hartford. So we got about 2,000 troops at Hartford. We just lost Newport. We still have the port at New Haven. The enemy's assaulting our other garrisons in the interior of New York. So it's, you know, Johnny Burgoyne, or not, was it Johnny Burgoyne? What was the name of the goddamn guy who fought at Saratoga? The British, the super arrogant guy. Anyway, maybe that opens up some opportunity to hit like Hatfield and Leicester. Maybe. But the British seem to have so many more troops than we do. We're going to have to do something, though. Right? Like, we can't just sit back and do nothing. We've got almost 3,000 troops now. That's the strongest force that we have put together. So I think what we will do, if we take a look at the strategic map here, it's got the best chance of lifting the assault on Bennington and Albany. I don't think we'll save Bennington in time. But if we can move toward Hatfield and maybe Fort Rice, we can link these interior cities in a supply line. But even if we can't, we can maybe prevent an assault on Albany. So I think what we're going to do is bring about 2,200 troops, all but one regiment, out of Hartford toward Hatfield. Hopefully the troops at Newport are content to hold their position there. Go for Hatfield. If we take Hatfield, maybe push some troops toward Fort Rice. Or just see if it pulls the troops off Bennington, whatever is there. That being said, we've been going for about 40 minutes, guys. I think we're going to wrap this up. I think that, I'm sorry, this was probably not the most interesting episode. I hoped we'd take Fort Montgomery. I didn't intend to race through that whole thing, but I don't think 20 minutes is enough, or even 15 minutes is enough to figure out sort of if Hatfield can be taken. Actually, it is. So let's just, there's one way we can do this. Let's just real quick. I'm not going to fight the battle now, but let's pull all but 400 troops out of here. Actually, we didn't even need to do that. We could have just sent our general officer up. Is he still in the garrison? He is. Form one big brigade. Yeah, that is definitely seizable. And probably seizable like right now. So let's go get Hatfield, boys. While they're focused on Bennington, let's retake Hatfield. Hartford might end up becoming vulnerable, but we can always move back south. Some ultras are helping us. Why is everybody not marching north? Move quicker. You've just got one regiment versus them. You went real piecemeal on this assault. But Hatfield should fall. I don't quite understand why. Okay, so we're taking Hatfield now. The enemy is showing up. Are we going to get the town before they show up? We did. All right, so I wonder, if we enter the garrison, will they now be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't go for... All right, so Bennington fell to the enemy, but we managed to take Hatfield. I also don't, by the way, for what it's worth, I have no idea what the victory conditions in this game are. Like, I know you can get fired, but I don't know what the victory conditions are to like winning the game. All right, so now that we took the objective, it seems the British have decided, hey, our garrison is no longer something like, it was almost like a relief expedition, right? And now they're pulling back. Which could be interesting if you had like pursued to charge and hit them in the open field, perhaps. Kingston was lost. Well, there was no one there. But they are almost controlling the entire river here. Albany's the last holdout. That being said, yeah. I don't know if this is like if you lose this river valley, if you get fired. Historically, it would have been disastrous for the Americans, but so I think what we're going to try and do is get a little bit more sneaky, guys. We're going to try and see if we can lure enemy troops out, maybe bait them a bit, and then hit them. I would love to be able to take out isolated enemy regiments to weaken them. I think that's our only viable choice, our only option to have success here. But we are 45 minutes into this episode now, so that will have to wait for another time. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please let me know your thoughts below. And without further ado, until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.